So, this is the channel trailer for subscribers, meaning once you subscribe, you'll be able to see this video because I'm going to make it private. So, you've subscribed, now what is what I was going to call it. But I guess if you subscribed, this is not indicative necessarily of our videos, this exact format, but it's somewhat a little fly by the seat of my pants, a little based off of my crazy, unique experiences. Our goal is to eventually provide enough value to enough people that I can do this full time. I guess most people would say that, so that's not at all, surprising or anything. I've had a pretty interesting, kind of crazy life, and have a lot of unique areas of expertise and experience. I've been to prison twice. I've managed to stay clean and be in recovery for 5 years after about 20 years of addiction, the last 5 of those being the ugliest due to heroin. I have an 11-year-old son. I've been married 10 years. We've got a Chihuahua that we do make a lot of videos about. I've got a degree from UNCG in economics, and I almost had degrees in chemistry and physics and math at NC State. I had a bad acid trip when in the New Year's of 99, 2000, and it rewired my brain to be really good at math and numbers and crazy quantum mechanics and differential equations, and never had to go to class or study, and made straight A's, and can see graphs in my head now like Good Will Hunting and shit. That was kind of one of the bigger things. The bad acid trip, all the the crazy years of stuff, in prison, the degrees. My IQ's been tested several times, and I was always drunk and high and not trying, and it was well over 170. And that's the son helps me make videos. He edits sometimes. He's learning. I work a heavy automotive manufacturing job, 5 and 6 day weeks, third shift, making pretty decent money. It pays all our bills. It's kind of close to my house. A lot of good people work there. Good benefits, life insurance, and a bunch of stuff like that. So, so we're not living on the edge of extinction like we were not all that long ago, because of some crazy stuff that happened in both of me and my wife's families, including deaths and estrangement and reunification and stuff like that. So it's been a very dramatic. My wife's been diagnosed originally with fibromyalgia and now with MS, and we're coping with that. We homeschool my son. My wife does a lot of cooking, and I do a lot of everything. In some ways I lean very left politically, in some ways I lean very much right politically. We just have a pretty unique, we're kind of preppers in the sense that we expect a major disaster to come in the near future and are preparing for it. I run my family very democratically, my son gets a vote, and obviously I get kind of the last vote, except for when my wife is, we have an interesting dynamic as far as that goes also. I used to play baseball, was really good at it. I broke my shoulder playing hockey, had surgery on my knees and my shoulder. So that's kind of the overview right there. You know, this job it has been extremely physical up until this week, actually. I've got a trainee, which means I'm about to get put on a new position, which means maybe I won't be so dead and need to sleep so much. After my third shift hours are over, we can spend most of every day making videos, which is really what we do almost all the time. Whether it be shorts or watching videos on how to get better at making videos or editing stuff that we end up not putting up at all, or originally that my editing software ruined and then we got back somehow. So it's been a lot of things. I don't know, I could go into more stuff, you know, about like legal stuff and family stuff, pet stuff. Like my sister was a quadriplegic and had a service animal. I got kind of good at training dogs. We're gonna edit this right now and get it up as a private video, but make it the channel trailer so that once you've subscribed, you'll basically, it's kind of like the only behind the scenes video that I can do. I can make it unlisted and then make it the trailer for subscribers, so that once you subscribe and go to our channel page, this is what you'll see. If you're not subscribed, you'll see the trailer for non-subscribers, which is a different video that I made. I don't usually wear my glasses, I don't usually wear a hood, so this is kind of like a little bit more of an informal, like not behind the scenes, but a little bit, because I assume people won't subscribe unless they want to watch more videos. Probably not subscribe just to see this video. So anyway, if you haven't seen the number 4 video, you should watch it. If you've subscribed and are watching this and want to know anything more about me, I'm planning on doing a little bit more in-depth stuff and starting to talk about the addiction and legal stuff a little more, although I've tried not to make it front and center just because it turns people off before they get a chance to see whether we're like-minded or not. I don't know how long this is going to end up being, but it's 9 minutes as of now. If we edit nothing out, that's not really too long, I don't think. So, my sign-off used to be, we'll see you next time, this side or the other. And then it started being H4K out, and H4K comes from HAL 9000 in Space Odyssey, and my number being 4, it's HAL 4000, which is H4K. It's the only kind of behind-the-scenes option that we get as creators, which is still hard to see myself as a creator or as the thing that anybody would want to watch, or, you know, I just feel like in this day and age we're so lucky to have the option of making things that people can watch. There have to be other geniuses out there that have had struggles in the world because of being smart and have a lot of unique experiences and like want to watch videos by other people like them. And so I'm just waiting for enough of those people to see my videos that we develop a following, and until then I'll keep working the job I've got, and hopefully it'll be, you know, within a year, I hope that I'll be able to quit that job. I'm not trying to get rich off of YouTube, you know. I just would like to make enough money to not have to go into a job that I can literally devote all of my time to creating content. And because of my aptitude for stuff, it can literally be about anything. I watched one YouTube video about Honda Ruckus scooters. Well, I watched about 10, I guess. And then I replaced a spark plug fuel filter, took the carburetor out and cleaned it, and I actually filmed that, and then I lost the video file somehow, so I can't actually upload it, but I was really looking forward to doing that video about the carburetor, because the carburetor is pretty involved, and it would actually be, you know, it's kind of like bona fides that I actually know scooter stuff, and I learned it in one day. And my son loves Star Wars and lightsabers and Jedi and all that stuff, so we make some things about that. We love our little Tucker, and he's adorable, and there's a bunch of shorts about him. We obviously have a TikTok, which is kind of, honestly, the reason that we're doing TikTok is because our internet out in the country is so bad. Stop! We live out in the country, and our internet is so bad that TikTok is really one of the only ways that I can make videos because of the small file size, and you can edit in the app and then it'll upload. And even then I have to sit there with my phone open for like 20 minutes for it to upload a 1-minute TikTok. So our internet is horrible, which is very common for being in the country. We finally got a solution that's a little bit better, but it's still really slow. So that's why we started doing TikToks and went away from the long format YouTube videos for a while. But I'm trying to kind of go back to those because my DaVinci that kept crashing and deleting all my projects has started working again, so we can actually make those again, but it takes days for them to upload. So it's a pain, but the way I really do, this is intentionally, we're literally trying to provide value. A lot of different ways. There's entertainment. I realized recently that I can sing, so we're about to see how that pans out. I've been singing all my life, but I just assumed that my voice was, sounded bad to other people, and I'd never sang in front of anybody until like a month ago. And now I've only sang in front of my family, but it turns out that I actually apparently can sing pretty damn well, loud and on key. When I sing things, they sound perfect. I can sing things in other people's voices. I've surprised myself with how good it was, like crazy stuff. I'm 43 years old as of 3 days ago, so, that's my generation, is the 90s. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in 79 and have lived in 6 decades as of now, but the 90s was my decade that I grew up in, even though I was obviously a kid in the 80s. I don't obviously remember that as much. Just like my son will grow up in the 20s, the 2020s, because he's just getting to the age that he's going to remember everything. And, it's sad in a way that he's this old, but he's still a kid, and that's what I thank my lucky stars for every day, that I still have a couple years, a few that I can call the golden years. And, my wife's still relatively healthy. I'm feeling sick and old, but, I'm still relatively young, and we just kind of got our life back, so this is like kind of the best years of our life, in a lot of ways, and we're hoping to kind of document them and ride the journey with some other people that are kind of like us. I see other people like us on YouTube make videos, and I subscribe immediately. We can tell our people, we're good people, we're smart people, we're hardworking people, we're middle class, white, average, in general. I'm generalizing here. I have friends that are not middle-aged white guys, like black females that I work with, that I get along with really well. I'm probably not going to put any of this in the video, but you're trying to be in the... We hopefully got another video coming in the next week. It's taken me a little longer to get the long-form ones out, but the shorts will keep coming as reposted TikToks mostly, probably, but also as YouTube shorts here soon. We're kind of revamping a lot of things. I'm trying to remake the playlists, and we're making our own music. I told you about the singing. I play guitar. I'm learning piano. We've got a MIDI keyboard. I use MPC Beats, DaVinci, make videos on both of those coming up, and have made a few. So that type of thing. It's like an anything, everything. There's nothing that we don't dabble in, and there's a lot of stuff that we are kind of experts about. And this is my copper fit compression glove for my hands from work. Have been hurting so bad. I pick up about 400 axle shafts every night and put them in semi-truck axles, and you have to shake them and stick them in there, and they're really heavy, and it's been like physical abuse. But I just got a trainee and probably only a couple more shifts till I get a new position, and then it'll be like a regular job where I just go in and do some stuff that's not really physical, come home, sleep for a few hours, get up and have all day to hang out with my family and make content as the only thing that we really want to do. I don't know if that makes us losers or really cool or what, but that's what we do, and we love it. So hopefully we'll find some other people that are the same, and we can all, like, just share information and enjoy entertaining, funny, insightful shit. uh, so, thanks for subscribing. I very much can't tell you how much it means that we've gotten to 51. It's almost nothing, but each and every one of you, literally, obviously, are what make up the total, no matter what the number is. And we're trying to make it now like we would if we had 1 million, and when we have 200,000, hopefully we'll still be making them like we are now. And that may seem arrogant to think we'll get to 200,000, but the bottom line is I'm never going to quit. I mean, if I'm 60 still making videos with 100 subscribers, then it'll be because more people haven't subscribed, and that'll be that. Hopefully by the time I'm 60, we will have made it over 100. Those of you that have subscribed, if it was for some things that we're not doing as much now, no hard feelings if you leave. I'm sorry that we've had to kind of change, and we were originally going to have a gaming channel and then a different channel, and it turned out I had to kind of make a choice, and the gaming stuff hasn't been as much, but comments, we would love to get feedback. I would love to change things up if it's what people want. I don't have a problem making just about anything. I like making videos of all kinds of different stuff, which is what we've been doing until we kind of figure out, I'm thinking more kind of the self-help, recovery, mental health route is the way I'm going to go with it. But I haven't really gotten a chance to make one of those yet because we had to get one of the several that I had started making and then editing. Then DaVinci crashed and took them all away, and then I got 18 and it gave them back, and so I started editing those, and we got one of them up, and it wasn't the way it was supposed to be. So I think we're getting to the mental health, recovery, addiction, kind of the hard things that I've overcome, I guess would be the best way of saying it, that we still struggle with on a daily basis, but that aren't destroying our life anymore like they used to. And I know still are for lots of people, because this stuff's really hard. And then when you're beating it, you need to share it with other people too. So, I spent my whole last 25 years trying to get clean and then help other people get clean. So like that's just a natural thing. It's a little unnatural to do, to think of it in videos, but that doesn't mean that. It's a little unnatural to think of it in videos, but not really, because we've been doing this for now close to a year, and I've made quite a few and edited quite a few, and hopefully we'll get to go the mental health, recovery, addiction route. Because Jackson, you keep getting right behind me, and then right when I'm done. So, stay tuned. Thank you, and hopefully we can start bringing even better stuff that I hope people that are subscribed now, meaning, while we have 50-ish, don't feel like it changes going forward. I guess if I concentrated just on mental health from here on out, that would be a pretty big change. But I don't know what, I'm not sure. But I'll say thank you for everything so far, and I hope we can continue to get better. My number is 4 by every sense of the possibilities of numbers. There's literally a 4 in my name, and in prison my name was 4. It's constantly in things that we do and see. I could go through the girlfriend thing, but that's in the video about the number 4. Will you please at least go farther away? When you come close to me and then do it, it's probably gets louder, and I'm almost done. So I'm not going to go into all the details about the video, about the 4 and the girlfriends and all that stuff, but 4 is if you can see the sweatshirt, we got this at a thrift store. It says HCO 22. 22 and 4 are obviously linked in tons of ways. I say a lot, I realized the other day as we were editing out a bunch of ums and something. Thanks for everything so far. I'm very glad you subscribed, and stay tuned for what's coming next, and we'll see you next time, this side or the other. dogs. Yeah, take him, get him. Tucker, stop. You're cold, buddy. Let's go inside. It's fine. I'm almost done. But, so